Okay, folks, different point of view today. We're in the club room of the Northcoates Flying Club, and here I've got this handsome gentleman stood at the end of the room. Here is Paul. Is Paul, who is one of the subscribers to the YouTube channel, and is also hopefully a very talented artist who is going to help me out with this the tail piece and all the writing on the tail piece, which was basically gross weights and fuel weights and that sort of thing, and registration number. So, Paul, say hi.
Hi.
And what he's done. As you can see on the table here, is he's created a template, and he's going to freehand the relevant writing on the back.
Not quite freehand.
Okay, so I'll let Paul explain.
What I've done is I've created a template, not a stencil, but a template. So this allows me to draw out the writing in a structured space, so everything's neat and tidy, so the top and bottom lines of each piece of writing will be presented neatly. And the way I've done it is I've got a picture off the internet of a tail Nieuport 11 rudder writing thing that I liked, and I traced round it with the rectangles, measured them as they appeared on the paper, got the measurement for the white bit on the rudder, scaled up accordingly, hence all these numbers. And this is the writing that I'll be drawing in place, and once I'm happy with the drawing, then we tackle it with a paintbrush and a black paint, and flip it over and do it all over again to make it look the same on both sides. So it should be reasonably close to how it was done originally.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Thanks ever so much, and we shall keep you informed with more video.
Love aeroplanes and building stuff. And
yeah.
Being a pilot myself and all the rest of it.
Of course.
You know, it's a you're living the dream that that I'd love to. So being able to contribute a little bit.
Yeah, it's really appreciated, and it really is.
No, it's. I was just chuffed a bit. She really liked the colour scheme that come up with.
Yeah. And now it's on, even more so, to be honest. You know, when I started putting the paints, I thought you have sort of second thoughts, don't you? Not quite sure. You know, is it the right thing? Because you're committed at that point, aren't you? That's the thing. It's that final commitment, if you like.
Yeah.
And
to do a redo of something that.
Yeah.
Is like, what pain,
Yeah. But no, I'm more than happy with it. I mean, as I said on the channel, I've taken a few liberties with the colours. I suppose if I'd have put the roundels in the French style, the opposite way round, it would have been more accurate.
You've got to bear in mind, it is a French fighter you're fighting from a French field.
Yeah.
It just happens to be in English colours. There were some examples of old British fighters that had some bright colours.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I mean, they were a bit few and far between, but you know, Short to me was a bit of a rebel.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That was certainly my hero French pilots. Like,
yeah. You do know you were in Dan's Air back in Captain Short Shot, didn't you?
Yeah. I'm more like the Mekon, I think.
Yeah. old man. Whatever you do, kids, don't get old.
Yeah, that's it. It is.
I'm amazed at how light this is.
Yeah, yes.
It's incredible. I mean, I don't think it even weighs a kilo, does it?
No, nothing like I wouldn't have thought.
Which is why I was thinking, is it going to end up nose heavy?
Yeah, this is my one of my worries.
I said tail heavy earlier, didn't I? But now that I'm whatever, anyway, I'm happy to be wrong. It happens occasionally. So
looks great to me.
And it is that way, isn't it?
So here we are at the start of another week, Northcoates Nieuport build. You may notice I've got a hoodie on because without the Wendy house it's got cold in here again. So I'm going to have to get used to that again, aren't I? But so start of another week and I think we'll have a go at these brakes. I'll spin this around and show you what my thoughts are. This is very much a proof of concept idea, I guess. May work, may not, we'll have to see. But it's a sort of a two-part solution to the problem, I guess. But I'll spin this around, show you what I've got in mind, and you can laugh at me all you want, basically. So here we go, this is the idea. I've got a bolt that goes through there that's part of the build. It's not very good lighting, I'm afraid, here, but there's a bolt that goes through the axle there which holds on the stub axle which holds the wheel. So that's already there. So I thought I'd utilise what's there, and I've made some brackets, as you can see there, to go either side of that bolt. Just put a longer bolt in. Those will go, they're not vertical at the minute, but currently they will go vertical, and then there will be a hinge, again not that hinge, it's just a hinge I had lying about, but probably a heavy duty hinge like I've put on there that will go to that. Probably weld it would be the best bet, I guess, weld them together, but we'll see when I get the proper hinge on, see what, but I'd like that vertical there, needs to be vertical, and then the whole thing, if I can do this while filming, will move up and down as the axle moves. So that works good, that's good. The good thing about the hinge idea is it's got strengthening, sorry about the off camera work, strengthening inside there, because that's only aluminium, it's not very strong, so I'll put another piece of steel angle inside that bracket there, which that's bolted to. This would be either welded or bolted, whichever works, and that will also stop the momentum when you put the brakes on. It's going to stop the axle twisting because it's all, sorry about this, it's all sealed up here, so that stops the rotation movement of the axle because of the bolt going through it here, and that's locked up there. So that's the plan with that. The problem I've got is left to right movement, as in the axle sliding that way. That's the big problem with this one, and I'll show you the solution to that in a second. Okay, so the second part of the solution for this is some torsion bars. So the thought is, piece of aluminium tubing, I've got these bolts that go through here, extend those bolts and put that between this is just a spreader bar basically, this piece, just a spreader bar. Put that on that bolt between them and then bolt it through axle there, one on either side. So it's a bit awkward to film and show this, but that fits quite nicely in actual fact. It's the right gap. Now obviously if I put it will be on bolts through it with that we're able to twist, so with the up and down movement they will just twist on the which will be less at this point, but they will twist on this bolt here and on the bolt that goes through the axle, and they will just be able to rotate slightly like that. And that one either side, obviously all the torsion, the strength is going down the pipe, down the tube, so because it's left and right movement I'm trying to stop, so hopefully that is quite a neat and light solution to my problem. This is theory. Whether it will work in real life we don't know, and especially undercarriage has a hell of a lot of pressure on it, surprisingly more than you think, I guess. But this is the way I'm thinking at the minute. It's quite neat, it's light, and it's relatively simple, but we'll see. I'll show you the other side with the band brake on. This has got the band in place, as you can see there, and the idea is when that's vertical the bolt goes through there, through here, holds it in place vertically, and then we can get the cable which will pull the other side of that band tight. So that's the thinking. That's where I'm looking at. Obviously you can see this is just trying to make it work and trying to get it set up. But I'm sort of quite liking that idea. In my head it looks alright. We shall see. I'll keep you informed. Okay, so there we go. Say cheese, there we go. Our glamorous model today is modelling the new Nieuport.
You do know what glamorous means, don't you? Because I hate it.
Is modelling the Nieuport tail. So it's coming on. It's coming on. It's looking good. Looking good. So there we go. Looking good. Looking good. French letters on the tail.
Point util combustibile.
So there she is, all finished and painted, hand painted, as the originals would have been. That's the side Paul did. Unfortunately he was only able to do one side, which left the other side for me to do. So brace yourselves and I'll flip it over. And that's the other side. One side I did, one side Paul did. So it's worked out pretty good. Quite impressed with the work. Really appreciate Paul coming down and taking time out of his busy schedule. He was visiting his mother for a birthday and was passing our area and called in. I wouldn't have got the results I got from that without Paul's base work, of course. So thanks once again, Paul. Really appreciate your help on that. So here we are again, back to square one. My wonderful idea that I think I showed in an early bit of this video was an abject failure. What I failed to take into account was if I had two hinges, which were there and there, and a bar between them, even though this moved, it still moved in an arc. And it's alright on one wheel, but if the arc's going the other way as well, it's got nowhere to go. You just got pressure pushing outwards on each end of the axle. So that was an abject failure. I did mock it up, tried it, because I was determined that it was going to work. But maybe if I'd been an engineer instead of a musician, I might have spotted that earlier. But what I have thought is part of the process of mocking it up and making it work was putting this hinge in here. And I suddenly thought, if I had, instead of a hinge, a piece of angle with a bolt sticking up through it, I don't know whether I have. This is an idea I'd possibly mentioned before, but it's certainly an idea I've got plans for. But if you've got a piece of angle, bolt sticking up through it, and another piece of angle coming this way out, like that, with a slot in it, then as that comes up and down, the bolt will move forwards and backwards in the slot. It'll prevent the movement that way, and if we limit the slot size, it'll prevent the movement forward aft that way, if you can see that moving. So it's sort of an amalgamation of two ideas, but I'm a bit disappointed that it didn't work, but I needed to prove to myself that it didn't work, if that makes sense. So it has led to this idea, and I'm going to give this idea a go now. I'm determined this isn't going to beat me. It's really quite frustrating, but I'm determined to come up with a workable solution. So I'll keep you informed. The men with the white coats and the straight jacket may be around before I finish this video series.